I'd like you to be very frank here, sir. Do you have hope that there is any capacity at the national level to take us through this crisis and at least put us in the neighborhood of the promised land, even if we can't go in just yet?
That's a very interesting question.
Yes.
It will appear to me, personally, that the people that have led us thus far, with the exception of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and President Musa Yar'Adua, Yar'Adua, it appears they just found themselves in power, or they came with a different motive. Today, if I would summarize the 8 years of President Buhari, as much as I love and respect him till now, it would look to me that, he sought power to just remove the reproach of his being overthrown at a time.
Oh, dear.
Because I would have expected that a man who sought power 3 times the way he did will hit the ground running. Yes, it was ill at a time, and one can concede that, look, that's beyond human, sometimes foreseeability. But after it came well, too much is given what is expected.
Yes.
And right now, after 8 years, we've started another, I don't know, with the vigor and all the resources poured into this election by the Jagaban of Bogu himself, as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I would not have expected the kind of the type of people he gathered together and called ministers. I would have expected that there will be some people that even the mere mention of their names,
yes,
begin to bring order to society, hope to society.
You say here, for example, Mr. President, if you are not if you are truly on the side of the poor, if you are serious about the welfare of the people, if you truly want the poor to breathe, not this breathe like the Senate President is making fun of, is making fun about, then kill corruptions, not Nigerians. Nigerians are half dead.
Well, we must give credit where it is due.
Yes.
When Asiwaju Bola Tinubu addressed the nation on the 31st of July,
yes,
he stated in his address that a vast sum of money, which would have been better spent on public transportation, healthcare, schools, housing, etc., national security, was being funneled into deep pockets and lavish bank accounts of a select group of individuals. And the moment that I felt, why did you then pick the wrong battle?
Yeah.
You picked the wrong battle by cutting on what to bring some succor to multitudes of poor Nigerians. You know those people, and in case it doesn't know them, we went back to Ojota, the 2012 rally that we had in Ojota. I had the privilege of convening Save Nigeria Group, and President Jonathan, people thought we were against him. No, we're not against removal of subsidy. What we said was, look, there's too much corruption here. Subsidy is not the issue. What happened then was, he said, we will consult with people and then we will remove subsidy. They had only one town hall meeting in Lagos.
Yes.
They didn't go to other places. And on January the 1st, they increased the price.
Yes.
And we said, Mr. President, this is wrong. You can't do this. This is not a good New Year present. And he insisted. I said, well, we'll let you climb down your high horse. So we summoned our troops and we went to Ojota, and he climbed down from his high horse. Now, President Buhari came and said subsidy is fraud, nothing like that. He paid it for 7 years. It was last minute that he started saying, okay, let's leave it for 2023. Nothing was provided for it. Now, it's not right for us to just mouth these things and not do what is right. It's a matter of, when we say kill corruption and non-Nigerians, the different committees that met, the amount of money stolen, the companies that stole them, the KPMG and some other companies that did all the investigation, courtesy of Ministry of Finance, they are all stated. At Ojota, I mentioned the names and the amount of people. Rather than fighting those ones, you are making life difficult for Nigeria. Nigeria is an oil-producing country. There's nowhere in the world where subsidy is not given. In America, agriculture is heavily subsidized so that people can live and breathe. So remove subsidy, fine, but make sure you deal with corruption first. Bring your friends to book. That's why I said there are critical questions to ask, and we must ask them. Who are these select of individuals into whose deep pockets and national treasury has been funneled? Who are these smugglers and fraudsters that have been defrauding our nation? Then I ask, are these nameless characters that have fed fat at the expense of the poor, are these sacred cows? Or are they some business friends and partners?
But can I read what you said here? Maybe it will give us a clue. You said this. You said, some might say that you, Mr. President, are too tainted to fight corruption because you were escorted into the presidency by a retinue of corruption allegations. It's here. Some might even describe you as transparently, opaquely corrupt because despite the indicators of state capture allegedly linked to you, no one has proven these allegations against you in any Nigerian court of competent jurisdiction. Some might argue that even the road you took to the presidency was itself paved with filth from the seaport of corruption, and that you are therefore incapable of mounting any genuine fight against corruption. You said that here. So I think
I did.
So it answers your question invariably.
I did. What I'm trying to say is, I said, despite all these allegations, he could have a Damascus Road experience of Saul of Tarsus, who became Paul.
Yes.
If he's thinking of legacy, if he does not want to say he came, he went, he did nothing.
Yes.
If there's only one thing he could do, he could say, well, boys, I mean, we knew of a former head of state, I don't want to mention names now, a military head of state, who almost stole everything that was in the central bank in during the war. But he came clean. And today is regarded as a hero. Yes. He can also say, look, I want to show, yesterday ended last night. We cannot kill this country. Therefore, what you have stolen, I'm taking back. Many of the people all around are feeding fat on our patrimony. It should stop.
Did the Nigerian soul needed to save now or than then? And you were in the country when Buhari made a fuel 145 naira. You could not go to Ojota to protest again to save Nigeria's soul, sir. We do respect. But now again, we still have a pump well for 517 naira. Yeah, we could not see you people in Ojota to protest again. As far as Mr. Mba is concerned, I'm totally against that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Before the pastor comments, I'd like to say this idea of pointing to other people to go to Ojota. Well, what did you do? We are all involved in this. People are not paid to do these things. It's a sacrifice. I remember, I think it was Made Kuti or so, other Made or Femi that I had a discussion with one time, and they said you can't expect that every time there's a crisis, it's only the Kutis that will hit the streets. What did you do, Mr. Mba? I want you to tell us. This idea must stop amongst our people. All of us are concerned. All of us must act. All of us must get up. Pastor, you want to say anything to him?
You have answered very well, sir. I did my bit.
Yes.
It's your turn to do your bit too.
Yes.
If we all will do our bit and will not sit back and be looking for those who fight our battles, this is what got Israel into trouble, to go and get Saul. Make us a king like other nations that will fight our battles. Woe betide a people, any man who wants to fight for those who don't want to fight for themselves.
Instances such as the reported invasion of the premises of the EFCC and the handling of the CBN governor's case got through for due process and equity, considering that his actions in line with an order from above. The handling of the Emefiele case has sent a signal position of the war against corruption is put by a clampdown on perceived political adversaries, while various other enemies of Nigeria remain untouched. Yes, sir. Your reaction to that?
There are so many issues that you have read them out, but let me just make this plain. If Godwin Emefiele has done anything illegal, bring him to book, bring him to justice. To clamp him down there, to ridicule him, is a waste of time. Look, let's just take 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one, we knew the Accountant General of the Federation, and we knew what happened with the massive money that he looted. What has happened? What has happened to all the probes? When Farouk Lawan said, these are the rogues that have robbed the nation, they planted Otedola on a sting operation, they never visited the probe that was done.
Yes.
Nobody visited it. It died. Now, you have a central bank governor. You removed him because you felt he didn't do well with rebranding of the currency. Did he do it solo? Could he have acted? I saw Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari launching the new currency. If it was wrong, bring him to book. If he had committed any illegality, bring him to book.